First of all, hello everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Thank you, Chef, for covering.
No problem.
The thing that I find about Subway, all their meat is turkey based, right? So no matter how you compose your sandwich, right, and add all sorts of things, it's all going to taste the same. That's been my experience, right? No, kind of.
As someone that used to work at Subway, I'm sorry, I got to disagree. I think it's
Same.
half and half.
Same here. I've worked at Subway too. I've made a myriad of amalgams in that Subway.
Yeah.
Even the manager was like, "Why are you combining these things?" I'm like, "Cause food. I'm hungry and I can do it."
Well, but yeah, because you had to, because you had to be creative, and you know what I'm saying. Trust
There's a
me,
lot
I
of
worked at a pizza
ham-based
place.
stuff.
What's
As a
that?
consumer, all Subway meat tastes like water. Final opinion.
Yeah, I may have to agree with
It's all
you there. It's just all
processed stuff.
bland.
Yeah,
All the meat that you can get at Subway, you could get at like your local grocery store in the process section. We just make it look fancy by toasting it.
Preach! Preach!
If y'all want a good Subway, like a really good Subway that's not a chain, local, and if you're here south, William Cannon and 35, there's a little place called Southside Tucci's. Tucci's, Tucci. They use Boar's Head products. Their bread is from New World Bakery. Their baguettes, unreal.
Has
Really
anyone
good.
tried the Thunder Subs? Just curious, because it's down the road from me. And
Yes.
like, there's this guy that works at Thunder Subs that always comes into Subway and gets Subway, and I'm just like, why?
Thundercloud subs.
Because it's cheap, that's why.
That's
I don't
true.
know, man. I don't trust any employee. I don't trust a food place if the employees don't eat there.
Right? That's what I was like, so what's up with that? He's like, yeah, well, you guys are just like on my way to work. And I was like, you can't wait another like 5 minutes to get your own food at the place you work. I was like, what?
Interesting.
That weirded me out.
I tried eating, haven't eaten soda for a long time, and about 6 months ago, I went down the street here where I live on Cedar Park. It's a Subway. Did not agree with my stomach. I'm like, nope, deuce, I'm out.
That's why I don't eat Pluckers anymore. I worked there for too long. I was like, nope, can't do it.
Wow.
I was like, Subway, if I could live the entire rest of my life with not having to eat another Subway sandwich, I would be in heaven, I swear to gosh. Speaking of that, y'all, if you do like Subway and you live here on Riverside, might want to head to the Subway in that plaza because it will be closing soon. Because due to poor management, all the employees are like, deuces. So they're going to be forced to shut it down soon because they can't keep employees. So.
Wow. Okay. Hey, Allie, so you used to work at Subway. Is it true about the whole yoga mat and the bun and the rolls? The same ingredients used as yoga mats, it's used in the Subway rolls. Is that just an urban myth?
I think that's an urban legend. I wouldn't know, actually. So we
The
just get all
flatbread
of
yoga
our
mat?
bread. It comes in a box that we keep in the freezer, and then like we put it in the proofer once it's thawed. So like we don't make any of our own bread. All we do is we roll it in herbs, and that's it. So like
Yeah, a couple of students have told me that the same ingredients, some of the same ingredients in the Subway bread are the same ingredients as a yoga mat.
You know, that's probably why our bread lasts so long. Because, okay, so we bake fresh bread every day. However, some of our bread, like the wheat bread, doesn't sell as much as the Italian bread. So say you make bread on Tuesday, well, there could still be wheat bread left from Tuesday's bakery on Thursday, and we'll still sell it to you because technically it's still good for some reason, even though it's been like out and handled and stuff like that. I would have thought it would have gone stale, but nope, it's still good, so we'll still sell it to you.
Okay, so don't eat wheat bread. Got it.
Thank you. All right. Well, hello. Happy Monday. Welcome. Week 3. Week 2. Week 3. My goodness. Wow. Okay, Chef. What have you talked about? Did you just go over the newsletter, or?
Newsletter, we touched bases a little bit about the email that they were supposed to have received on Friday from Mr. Marcus. And
Okay.
about any questions might have, because for this block, most likely we're all going to go back on campus, and it's very imperative for them to read that email because it's a non-negotiable. All those items are going to be very strict the way it's going to be handled, and even in the kitchen, the tables are going to be divided by a plastic shield. So I think they're going to be like 2 students per table, if I'm correct, only.
And so this block, this bunch of students is going into the lab class next block?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, because everybody has gone through most of the agenda classes, so it's time to go back to the kitchen. And we are the first ones in the state, I believe, to go into the kitchens. I know their school is allowed to have students in their on campus. So very strict guidelines for us to follow.
Yeah, and as of our president, right, Mr. McMillan said, we cannot mess this up. We can't mess this up. We got to follow instructions to a T. So no, I'm all for it, and it can be done with the proper precautions in place, protocols. And I know you guys are itching to go back into the kitchens, so what a great way after 2 blocks to go in and full of energy and ready to get going. Chef, will this be farm to table?
Regionals, farm to table, 101, I believe, maybe 201 as well too. I'm not too sure about 201.
Okay.
And aside from that, it has been approved with the powers to be, state of Texas, Board of Educations, and so forth, so on. So we're the only first ones to go back on campus. So we got to be very diligent as far as what we do and make sure everybody keeps safe. You guys are safe. We're safe. Everybody's safe.
I have a question real quick.
I got an answer.
How will the dividing go? Because Chef Miguel, my class had you for our last cooking block, and there was 13, 14 of us in that class, and only 10 students in each class. So how's the dividing of that gonna go?
Don't know the logistics. As far as the class size, if it's a class of 20, there'll be 2 classes, maybe on 3 and 4, and 10 per kitchen, not 13, no number of 10.
There was 13 of us left, 13, 14 of us left in that class. So then you said 10, and I was like, well, how are we going to divide that?
Probably some of you guys.
Sorry for, bye. We'll see you
guys can get merged on another class on those students to make that for the other 10.
Okay.
So it's coming. So we'll see what happens. We got to make sure we're diligent. So again, guys, I encourage you guys to read that email and, go from there. Okay.
All right. I'm curious, is Victor on here?
Yes, he's there.
Hey, Victor.
Here.
Hey, sir. So do you have one more lab class that you're waiting on too, or are you finished with the lab classes?
Farm to table.
Farm to table?
Yes.
Okay. Just curious, will you be coming in for that if we get the green light?
Right now my flight has been canceled, so
I was curious about that. Okay.
yeah, I was hoping to get back at the 26th, I think.
Okay. Of this month?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, man. I'm rooting for you, man.
Leave the bird back home.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you. I hope everything works out for you, man. So keep us posted, okay? Yeah. All right. So let's move on to another version of cover letters. And by the end of this week, you guys are going to be really not too happy. But this is, let's look at that assignment. This is going to be switching your audience, okay? Switching your audience. So the discussion was, where are you addressing it to? Who are you addressing it to? A lot of great responses from that, right? Week 3, so you did submit a cover letter. Week 3 is going to be, let's see, is it the cover letter or a resume?
It's a cover letter, I believe.
Cover letter. Yes, it is a cover letter. Okay, so let me share my screen. And some of y'all have already looked at this, I'm sure. This is the assignment for this week, y'all. And it's, if I can get my screen over. There we go. All right, so this is week 3's assignment. You're gonna put it into the portal. Okay, so now you have a good looking cover letter. You got feedback on it. You revised it. It's ready to go. Now you have to revise your cover letter to direct it to employers in the culinary industry. Okay, we did that. Then write another version of your cover letter directed to employers in a completely different industry. Your choice. Okay, and when you finish, you're going to submit them both. So what I like to basically talk about is, what's that other option? What is the completely different industry? Well, I'll suggest in the last block that maybe you go into sales, right? Maybe you go around and now you're really interested in selling maybe spices, maybe produce, maybe foods. Maybe you're coming in selling equipment, you know, for Cisco or maybe Mission, you know, one of those kind of companies. Now, all this is hypothetical, right? What Chef and I are going to be looking for is the form, obviously the verbiage, right? Is it convincing? Does it have a professional tone? All of these things. So have fun with it, right? That's just a suggestion for me that other students have submitted. It's still food related. It's still kitchen related, but maybe it's just something else to think about, right? Because in 20, 30 years, when you guys are saying, man, I'm just about had enough of the kitchen, what's my next career? What's my next move? Don't be surprised. You know, you may say, you know what? I've always been fascinated with kitchen hardware and what, you know, maybe design, maybe kitchen design, right? Why is it, you know, certain equipment exists here? Why can't that be shifted and redesigned to something else? And maybe you're the subject matter expert on a new line of kitchen equipment. Okay, so that is the assignment, and that is going to be due Friday by midnight. All right. What do you think, Chef?
That's good. But yeah. It's a different approach, and you got to look at it in a different way, because again, it can be from anything in sales or catering or any kind of department, but again, it's still food related. So it's a different mentality and the different words you got to plug into that cover letter.
Another option is maybe you're working for a hotel, and maybe you're in charge of increasing volume for the kitchen staff. It's also front of the house position, but a lot of y'all are very creative. A lot of y'all have really, really great personalities. You're outgoing, you're eager, right? Full of energy. And what a great position to come in and all of a sudden someone calls you and says, hey, I have an event. I want to go and visit the hotel. This is the kind of food I want. This is what kind of experience I want. And you're there and you're selling them. And all the while, dollar signs, cha-ching, 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 right? Because you're able to relate to your guests and talk about different foods. Now, take it from Chef, who's been in the hotel business many, many years, and myself, who, you know, was in charge of setting up banquets as well, and not so much the selling component, but setting up and getting the prices to where it's unreal. We would sell shrimp by the piece, right? And we're talking about $3.50 a piece for shrimp. And your goal is to get as much sales as possible, because you're going to earn a little commission from that. So when you're saying, okay, there's 100 people for this event, and I want everyone to have, you know, 3 pieces of jumbo shrimp, that's $10, right, per person. So that's already $1,000 just some shrimp, and then you're going to sell them on maybe another canopy or another a cheese board, right? So you keep suggesting all these things, and I think that may be something that may be worth looking into. Okay, so obviously it's up to you, right? It could be whatever, but just an idea there. Questions, comments?
None?
We finished all our kitchen classes, like me, Emma, and everyone who was in our class before. We finished all our kitchen, so we just have Gen Ed's class. So are we just gonna do it online for the rest of the year?
Yes, all Gen Ed classes are going to be strictly online,
Okay, cool.
unfortunately.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a very good question. I was kind of hoping to go back to campus, but as a Gen Ed instructor, but let's just keep riding it out, So, and he said indefinitely, right, Chef? Until further notice.
At least for the notice until next block, because if you guys really think about it, how close are you guys in those classes? Are you 6 feet away? Right?
No.
What about the point of contact? Okay, Gen Ed classes, the chairs, the desks, the bathrooms, the computers, right? You want somebody to be copying or sneezing on the keyboard, now you got to go use it, right? So,
yeah.
Anyways, they're taking a look at all those precautions, how to keep you guys and everybody else safe too. Now that we don't want you on campus, we definitely trust us, right, Mr. Glix? We want everybody on campus again, but it's not our call. Just got to make sure everybody is safe.
Wait.
Right.
For Farm to Table, the final is supposed to be like this luxurious meal that you serve to your family and kind of like, this is what we've learned all our course here, and serve it to your family. We're not going to be able to do that then, huh?
That I have no answer for you. I don't know that one yet. Like I said, we're going on next block with a prelim syllabus, and that's part of the Farm to Table, and I can't tell you if that's going to happen or not. It may happen, it may not. I don't know. I don't have the answers. I think none of us do.
Man, I really wish this wasn't happening because I was really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of students really look forward to, it's almost like their culinary capstone, right, if you will. And again, you're very creative. You get to come up with a menu from scratch. You get to really put all your techniques together, the house making of sausages and smoked meats and cured hams and whatever. But also, seafood and dessert. And so it really encapsulates everything into this one block, right? And of course, you go to the farm and all that stuff. But in normal settings, normal times, it would be a great way to get your friends and family and loved ones into one of the classrooms and decorate it nice, lighting and centerpieces, and really have a great time doing that. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We still got, about a month, really 2 months if you think about it. If we get the green light to say, all right, guys, we got an idea. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's scale it down. Let's do maybe 2 students at a time, separate. I don't know. But we've got to brainstorm. And Chef Robin, I'm sure, is busy brainstorming along with chefs and Marcus and, but like Chef said, Miguel, we just got to be very cautious and look out for the safety of you guys. Before we cut you loose and get you to work on this cover letter, here is the discussion for this week. Okay, it's about professionalism. So very, very simple questions. Get in there and answer, what does professionalism look or sound like to you? Okay. And then what impression is given to a guest or customer when professionalism is lacking or not present? So make sure to get in there and post initially and then reply to your fellow classmates. Okay, now I have tons of stories I can share with you about professionalism, and that's just something I did not put up with when I was in the business. All right, that's a write-up, that's dismissal, right? We're in the business to serve. Let's not ever forget that. And you know, had some servers that thought they didn't have to do certain things, you know, and I say, you know, that's just not what we're looking for here, right? Have a good day, right? Wish you the best. Don't put me down as a reference, right? Don't call us, we'll call you, type of thing, right? So most recently, I was at an HEB, my local good old HEB, right? And I was going to the checkout, I had my things, and you know, this young man decided to put his finger up like this and take a text. So he was texting someone while I was sitting there waiting for my groceries to be rung up. And I'm thinking, is this like a show or something? Is someone going to sneak out from the back and say, "Hey, gotcha, what would you do?" You know, and this is surprising. It was just surprising. This probably, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds maybe, which is a long time. You know, others started getting behind me, and you're thinking, okay, what's happening here? Was it an emergency? Did he have to let someone know something? I don't know. But I'm a customer, you know, and here I am, you know, waiting for this young man to finish his text while on the job at the register.
Yeah, my coworker right now, when a customer is like putting their card in to check out or whatever, he literally puts his hand on his head, leans down on like the drawer that holds the cash, so he's basically laying down while texting, like his phone is under his arm, so he's laying down texting, and then the customer's just standing there like waiting for the receipt, waiting for his bags to be passed to him and stuff, because how we have it, like, we have to give it to you, you can't reach into our section and stuff. And so I'm just standing there watching my coworker do this. So I was like, yo, like, can help him. And he's like, let me just finish this text real quick. I was just like, what? Crazy.
That is crazy. That is very crazy. And, you know, we could have a discussion about, is it the job? Is it the fact that it's probably minimum wage? You know, staff doesn't care anymore. Well, here's the thing, right? If you don't want to be facing the public or in service, there are other options out there for you, right? So I don't know. I just wanted, when I think of being an unprofessional staff person, right, I think of those instances, and it's just a shame. Anyway. All right, y'all. Well, Chef, you got anything for the group?
No, let's get started on the cover letter. But as you guys are going to start plugging in, the story that I have for you guys, I don't know if we ever watched the Chef Jeff from CEO to from Thug and Hustle to CEO video.
Have not.
Oh. Wow.
Would very much like to watch it. It sounds interesting.
Yes, because we're speaking about professionalism, and somehow, some way, it kind of relates to the cover letter, but in a personal setting. Yeah, Chef Jeff.
What's the name of this? What's the name of the chefs?
Chef Jeff. Did we watch it?
I've never heard of that. I'd love to, so I can share it with my students.
Let me pull it up real quick. It is a 23-minute video.
I think we have time.
We got time, guys? Do you guys like to watch it? I can share on the screen. I can also send you a link.
Send the link as well so we can watch it again on our spare time if we would like to do that.
Okay.
And this is from thug to chef?
Right.
Okay. I'm all for it. Let's ease into week 3 with that.
All right.
Is it a TED Talk, chef?
No, it's GoCast. Let me pull it up real quick, okay? I have it. Here you go. Actually, a 7-minute video, guys. Okay.
7 minutes?
Yeah, we got 7 minutes, right?
Perfect.
Cool. All right. Here's a link. Oh, wait. I can try to put it on the screen if you guys want to see it.
Go for it.
All right,
See
here
if
we go.
it'll share.
All right, cool. Can you guys see that one?
Yes.
All right. I'm unmuted. Here we go.
Corporate world, they're called CEOs and businessmen. I used to talk a lot. I was slick. In the corporate world, they call that a master communicator. Okay? So here were the parallels between the street hustler, the multi-million-dollar drug dealers, who never used drugs, who never was a part of gangs, who never carried guns. Age 19, millionaire, indicted by the federal government in 1988, served 10 years in prison. 10 years in prison that I served. 10 years. Walking on concrete every single day. Sitting on a stainless steel toilet with toilet paper that's hard as a brown paper bag. So it was in 1984 that I embraced a criminal lifestyle. My criminal lifestyle was shaped by my mentors. I wanted more for my mother. I wanted more for my sister. And I decided that this was the way for me, which was the meal ticket for tens of thousands of young men of color in inner city communities across America. I was one of those guys. It is not something that I'm proud of, but you always have to go back to the beginning of how it began. I made up to $35,000 a week in my heyday. But one thing that I wasn't able to see because I had the blinders on. When you grow up in poverty, the front lobe that many of these intellectuals talk about that goes undeveloped, it doesn't allow you to see the world through the eyes of people who have been exposed, who have had access to the American dream. So we see one thing, that's how to hustle, how to put food on the table. And one of the biggest mistakes that many of our mothers in our community put on the burden of young boys is for a mother to say that you are the man of the house. When a mother tells you that you are the man of the house at 7 to 8 years old, every boy wants to help his mother. Every boy doesn't like to see his mother abused, doesn't like to see his mother going through various challenges in life. So they called me a hustler back in the day. When I was on the street, I understood marketing. I understood branding. I knew how to manage a diverse workforce. I had gang members following me, like any CEO, any leader, or great manager of a company. When you're a great leader, you have vision. And when you have vision, it becomes very addictive. People want to be a part of that. Like tens of thousands of young people on the street. One thing that no one ever saw in me, they didn't know how to flip my gift of gab. They didn't know how to flip the ability that I was a #1 newspaper boy when I was 8. I had a #1 candy seller route when I was a little boy. But no one saw that. Because my mother was blind. It's not that she was uneducated, she was miseducated. So no one was able to say, Jeffrey, what do you want to be when you grow up? No one saw that in me. So as a drug dealer, I became very successful. I had the ability to tap into the talent and the strength of people on the streets. That's how I was able to move the product. Same scenario that I'm going to take you to. The hustler or the businessman. And I'm not putting praise on the fact that drug dealers are these great individuals. Even though we victimized by selling drugs, we were also victims of our community and the people around us that shaped our thinking. 30% of people go to prison have a mental health issue. But what about the 70 that doesn't? Where did we go wrong? When did we make the wrong choices? Wrong choices are inspired by something that we see, something we hear, whether it's greed, whether it's poverty, whether it's just trying to beat the system or something like that. Jeff, how did you change? How did the blinders come off? How did you begin to see the world through a different set of eyes? Well, it didn't happen overnight. It was a collective of situations, circumstances, intellectual stimulation. I read my first book in prison. I was told for the first time in my life that I was smart in prison. An older man in prison taught me how to shave with a razor in prison. But not only did that begin to get me to see myself different, I became the same analyst that I was on the streets. See, I was in the federal system. I was in prison with some of the brightest minds on the universe. Stockbrokers, presidents and CEOs of corporations, judges, lawyers, former DA agents. I began to build the relationships with them. I became an intellectual jacker. I robbed them for knowledge. That's right. I learned to cook in prison. I found my gift. It was fueled by my dream. The gift was cooking. Never knew that in my life. When I came home from prison in 1996, they told me I couldn't get a job and I wouldn't get a job. Well, I proved them wrong. I went in as a dishwasher. When I first got my job, there were things I had to change about me when I got out of prison. Everything. I had to build a brand. I had to rebuild my image. Clean shave my face. Took makeup to cover my earring hole up. No tattoos. Quit lifting weights so I wasn't big and bulky. I got my teeth fixed. $2,600 grill. Good. Because I understood the importance of a smile. I had to straighten up the way I walk, because you know I still walk cool sometimes. So this is how I used to walk. So I had to get my corporate swag down, right? Jeff, how did I do it? I built the right relationships. I learned to smile. I changed my swagger. It took me 3.5 years to get a job at the Bellagio. I changed my walk 3.5 times. And I finally got the job. My mission is to get you to really understand the power of potential in individuals who may have grew up with circumstances and situations that shape the thinking process of them. Well, I believe that everybody was born with a gift. I believe that everybody was born with the abilities and the strength and the genius to become someone. The reason why we're successful in here, because we discovered that. We unleashed that. But there's so much talent in the hood. There's so much individuals out there who are smart, who are forward thinkers, but they were using their intellect the wrong way. So I was always a genius, like so many young people who make poor choices. But it took me years to realize that. Transformation. Going from criminal to respected chef. It was a process. It was a journey. And I knew in order to be the best chef in America, I had to go amongst the best chefs to learn, to study, the transformation. We talk about leadership. We talk about diversity. We talk about geniuses just like us, but they've been untapped. No one looks at them. No one takes the time to develop them, develop their intellect. So many of these young people have been impacted and influenced by negativity. Why shouldn't we live the American dream? Doesn't matter where you come from, what religion you are, what your story is. Everybody has the power of potential. Everybody can change. Each and every one of them should have that opportunity to live the dream.
Thoughts?
They must have had a rough weekend, Chef. I don't know. Everybody's quiet as a mouse. Well, I love the way that does parallel, the resume work, the cover letter work, right? You all are building your brands right now, right? And that's a good thing. I think you're going to continue building your brand, after you graduate and after you're out there in the work field, doing your thing. And my takeaway from that, gentleman, is that, yeah, you have to do what it takes, right? You don't have to change who you are. You just change a few things about you, right? Because, you know, a lot of it does have to do with perception, right? You know, we're here in Austin right now, and let me tell you, you know, I go to Magnolia quite often, at least I did. You know, we have, you know, just a plethora of different colors of hair back there, piercings, tattoos. You know, it's like if you don't have that on your body, you can't work there, right? You go to Whole Foods and it's the norm, right? And listen, I don't judge, you know, anyone. Let them do whatever they want to do. But there comes a point where, you know, your perception, the way you look, the way you carry yourself may impact that opportunity, right? And there's some people out there with kind of this mentality, this thinking of, hold on a minute, that won't be a right fit because the way they look. Hold on a minute, you don't know anything about me yet, right? And we're talking about, you know, these resumes and cover letters. My whole goal, and I'm sure Chef's goal, is just to get you guys to that face-to-face. Because once you get to that face-to-face, your true self comes out, right? Your confidence, your body language is strong. You're a great communicator, right? You have a mission, and that mission is to land that job, right? And, you know, we could even talk about that. Well, we talked about questions, right? So I have no doubt that each one of y'all, if given the opportunity, could go in there and nail the interview, right? You're not going to fidget. You're not going to look away. You're going to not waste Chef's time, right? You're ready to go. So again, this gentleman just proved that, hey, with hard work, starting as a dishwasher, climbing your way up, you know, we'll get you to what you want to work, where you want to work. I think that's fantastic. What a great story, Chef.
And like you said, you know, he had to change his swag, right? Had to change his walk. So in this, how does that relate to your cover letter? You're gonna have to change the swag on your cover letter from going to the culinary to sales. You got to change your mentality. You got to think about what does a salesperson do, and what does you know, how you're going to put that into words into your cover letter. It's a great motivational because, you know, the one thing that caught my attention, I don't know if you guys got it. He said one thing in the video on his conference. He said, I robbed them of their knowledge, meaning he jacked them intellectually, right? How many instructors are on campus, right? You got Mr. Felix, you got me now. Imagine the knowledge that we possess, that we have in our heads, in our minds, in our brains, right? Why are you guys jacking our knowledge? Why are you guys not tapping to our brain for us to share what we know, what we've seen, what we experience? We're here for you guys, you know. So that's why I encourage you guys to ask a lot of questions about a lot of things, to rob us of the knowledge, to make sure that you guys get the most, not just from, you know, the class, but from what we have, our personal experiences. Okay. So jack us, rob us of the knowledge, because we have a lot to share, a lot. This is just one class. 36 years. Mr. Felix, well, how many you got under your belt? 30 some years?
Well, let's see. The bug bit me at 13 years old, washing dishes at a little place here in Austin called James Restaurant. You may know it as Amy's Ice Cream, and some sort of pizzeria off of Guadalupe, 38 and a half. Working weekends, right, up until maybe I was 16 years old, about 3 years, under the table, right, because I was too young. Making $3.35 an hour. Once I hit 40 hours and basically 2.5 days, she would pay me under the table. Those are some long days, right? You know, sunrise to sundown and then some. So, you know, a few of those opportunities came up. But, yeah, I mean, for a lot of front of the house experience, not really kitchen, but, you know, as I tell you guys, I'm not afraid of the kitchen. Get me in there and I'll do it, right? I'll try anything. My technique may not be right, and I might get, you know, laughed at, but, I mean, I'm not afraid. I'm not intimidated. You know, I'll go after beef Wellington. You know, I'll break it down. You know, the puff pastry, I may need some assistance. But, yeah, you know, I've been in the business for many, many years. And, you know, I love seeing videos like that because there are a lot of folks that have lived it and know what it takes. You know, our faculty, as you guys know, many, many years combined, a couple hundred years if we put them all together of knowledge. And you guys are the next generation, right? And you guys have been told that. You guys are the ones that are going to go out there and make a true difference, right? In the world of culinary, in the world of catering, in the world of banquets and event planning and ordering, from hotels to retirement communities. You guys are it, and you should be proud of that. With that comes great responsibility, right? And I mean, look down at your chest right now, right? A lot of y'all wearing the jackets. Escoffier is written across your chest. The king of chefs, the man, right? And it's just great to be able to see, the progression of you guys, and being able to, hear stories from you guys, because you are really going to make a difference out there, and you have to believe that. You must believe that. So, sorry, I kind of went off there, but it's so true. And building your brand is part of it. These cover letters are part of it. The resumes, the interviews, it's all part of it, guys. And you can't have one without the other. So, yeah.
So yeah, there we go. Here we are, a lot of knowledge. So yeah, let's get into our cover letter and start changing your swag. Again, from Mr. Felix to all the instructors, we're here for you guys. Rob us on the knowledge, ask questions. We're more than glad to tell you guys and give you guys a lot of help. Okay.
All the while, making sure your food has little soigné on it. I got that from Chef.
Right. Do you guys know what soigné means?
School them, Chef.
Do you guys know what shoemaker means?
Yes. Is there audio working?
Chef, we went over that last week.
All right.
And we got the video.
All right. But what about soigné?
No.
Soigné means the opposite. Best of the best. Optimum. The shiznits, if you may. Creme of the creme. It is the best of the best. So the opposite of shoemaker is, if you translate, it means dressed delicately or elegant. In the kitchen lingo, it means you're making soigné croissants, soigné puff pastry, soigné lobster bisque. Everything's like top of the line. That's what soigné means.
Soigné, looking fantastic, right? Very pleasing to the eye, beautiful artwork.
SOIGNE.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Hey, Chef, we have that video, right? That live demo on Thursday. How do you feel about letting them tune in to that?
Let's do it. You got something for it? The video on Thursday? That Zoom? Okay.
Can I get everybody? We can take a little vote, but shoot me a yes or a no to everybody if you're interested. Okay, yes or no. This is a member of the Master Chef is gonna do a demo. In the chat, go ahead and put a yes or a no, a thumbs up. Okay. There's also something just came through is Chef Dady is having the Tuesday talk with Ann and Jamil tomorrow. Did you see that come through, Chef?
Yeah, but it'll be during our class time. It starts at 3 o'clock.
Oh, it starts at 3?
Yeah.
Why'd they change that? Okay. Yeah, we may have to miss that one. Okie doke.
I guess a yes all the way around.
Okay, Shay. All right, y'all. Let's get an idea of your cover letters. Maybe jot down some ideas of where you want to, or who you want to address your cover letter to. Again, be creative and choose anybody. Next 25 minutes or so.
Okay, so that I have this correct, because we've been going in and out today. Our new assignment is to take our cover letter that we already have and just change it to be addressed to someone. Yes, no.
Well, so it's a totally different cover letter. It's a whole different audience, a whole different industry.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, let's say you're working retail. Let's say you want to come back into a kitchen setting, right? And make up the job, make up the position number, or excuse me, position name. Is it entry level? Is it mid level? Are you going towards the top, right? And then how would you address that? How is that cover letter going to be different than your existing, more of a true cover letter? So this is where the creativity comes in, right? The technical writing component of being able to switch that around.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. A lot of yeses, Chef. Looks like we'll be able to tune in on Thursday. I think that'll be a nice treat for everyone. Robin said to bring our class.
What? Okay.
It's a Zoom. So we could talk about it, but this is Chef Chef Dady, the TED Talk, and she said we could bring our class to the Zoom meeting.
All right. So I guess we're going tomorrow, 3 o'clock. So I'm going to post that the Zoom meeting address on the chat room. Okay, guys?
Heard.
So tomorrow when you log in, don't log into this channel and log into the one on the, here we go, Zoom tomorrow for the Daily or Daddy, whatever his name is.
Dady, Chef Dady.
All right. Chef Dady.
From San Antonio, right down the road.
Okay. So as you guys log in, I'm going to be peeping in who's logged in so I can take attendance and make sure you guys are all there.
Who's out today? I don't see Daniel.
Yeah, we have Daniel. We have about Chubbs. There's another one.
Chubbs, Daniel. Cheyenne here?
Chubbs.
Cheyenne was gonna, she was having trouble.
Right. And
she logged out.
Esmeralda, she's out too.
Esme's out? Okay. Got a quiet class today. I wonder what's going on. Miss Amber, how are you today?
I'm tired, but I'm good.
Yeah? Long weekend?
Long work day yesterday.
Heard that. Heard that. Okay. That's all right. Let's see who else is here. Miss Sierra, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You have a long weekend?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. How was your weekend, Chef?
That was great.
Awesome.
What did I do? Not much.
I watched some action movies. I caught up on some action movies this week.
Nice.
Nothing too exciting.
So here's a couple of samples for cover letters on the on that subject, guys. Let me post them up on the screen so you guys can watch it, can see them, okay? So if you guys having a hard time with cover letters for sales, okay, here we go. Where we at? So this cover letter is tailored for sales, okay? Right here, okay? Maria Frank, okay? Vice President of Sales, okay?
Great. I like the way she addressed, right, the person of interest. Fantastic. We've been talking about that. Maybe troublesome, but that's part of the research. Good. Hard numbers there. I love seeing that.
So territory sales manager, advertisement monster, again, addressed it to whoever, Mrs. Jones, as your next territory sales manager. My focus and energy will be directed towards achieving the same multi-million-dollar growth for your Southeast territory. And I've delivered for my current and former employers. I've dedicated sales professionals with experience propelling my assigned region into record-setting revenue results. I oversee top producing sales, multi-state territories in retail. So this is, again, close to 6.8 million, number one revenue, 5%. So this is a sales cover letter, okay? So this is what we're looking from you guys. Totally different mindset, totally different concept. I have another one here on top. It is still within the food industry, okay? Writing it to apply for the restaurant manager opening at MOD Sequel. I have more than 5 years experience managing restaurants and bars, and my professional expertise aligns closely with the responsibilities outlined to your establishment. So as my role as the restaurant manager for the Bar Louie, I proved to be an efficient, enthusiastic, and strong leader. My value quickly became apparent at Bar Louie's shareholders after I single-handedly trained and prepared the entire wait staff for opening night and beyond. Not only did our team meet sales goals each month for the first year, but the down payment for the property was even paid back after the first 6 months of operating. So here's the two examples of your cover letters, okay? One is still in industry, and the second one can be director of sales for a hotel, okay? For maybe a restaurant chain, for, I don't know, Chili's or whatever. So you gotta take that and adapt it to in the food industry, okay? Maybe Cisco, maybe Benny, okay? So two concepts.
That's good, Chef. Thank you. Good samples.
Just thought I'd share. Still quiet.
I love how unimpressed you looked. That was straight up a mood. That was great.
Thing is, my dog started barking, and then right after that, his dog started barking.
He heard Mr. Felix cough, and he got up thinking somebody was at the front door.
Oh, really? Is that what happened?
Crazy dog.
That's awesome, though. That's security.
Uh-huh.
My dog is just lazy.
Oh, my. What's its name?
Polo.
Polo?
Marco.
He doesn't even look and bark out the window. He just naps.
He's a handsome boy.
You hear that?
Boxer, pit mix, or?
I don't know, but he looks like a pit. Come here.
Yeah, his ears are cropped.
He was rescued that way.
Yeah, no, he's a handsome boy.
You
Polo. Hey, Polo. What's up, boy?
They're talking to you.
Handsome boy. Yeah, is that like a black spot across his belly?
Yeah, on his side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You're a handsome boy. You're so handsome. He did a wink. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt your napping there, buddy. Where's your dog, Chef? Let's see him.
Roby. I'm ditching in Spanish. Ven aquí, Roby. Here.
You hear that, Polo? Why can't you be bilingual?
Roby?
Yep.
Oh, look at him. Hey, boy. Oh, look at you. Is he like a pit mix too, Chef, or?
Yeah, he's a pit terrier.
Pit terrier, yeah. That's a boy. You're a good boy. The guard dog. That's awesome.
Yeah, 48 pounds of pure muscle.
40 pounds?
48.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. Felix, I love how excited you get over these dogs. Like, they show a dog and you immediately, like, catch it. Even if it's there for a second and you're, like, so invested. You're like, oh my gosh, look at this spot that no one else sees, but you do. And I really like that. That is just...
You noticed that picture behind me, right?
Huh?
You noticed that picture behind me?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so for a long time we didn't have any dogs, and we've always wanted them, but our schedules and just, the way we just could not have them. So I think I shared this last Valentine's Day. we went and got 2 Chihuahua puppies same day. And one of them turned out to be a weenie dog Chihuahua mix. And the other was 100% Chihuahua. And just night and day, right, personalities. And we just love them. You know, the kids are really enjoying them. And I've always had Chihuahuas growing up, and I'm just glad we're able to find time now to get a few. And there's been talks of getting another. So we'll see. We'll see. But, you know, I love dogs and prefer dogs over cats. Sorry, cat lovers.
Nah, I'm with you. But I like that you guys knew that you didn't have the time for them that they deserve and that they need, so you waited. Because I know a lot of people that are crazy busy and they don't have the time for the dog, but then they still have the dog.
Yeah.
That's not right to the dog. So I like that you guys waited, and I hope you get the third one.
Well, it's going to be a toss-up between a Belgian Malinois, which is a bigger dog, right? Beautiful, smart. And we're kind of throwing around the idea of a pug or French bulldog.
Pugs are so cute, and they have so much personality. I used to have a pug named, okay, hold on. Stay still. Let me turn my camera back on. So I don't have her anymore. I don't know if you guys can see this. This was Opal, and we used to call her Joker because she'd come running up the bed and do that face. So she just had like so much personality. She was only like 10 pounds, and her personality was at least 50. So if you want a lot of laughs and smiles, definitely get a pug. They're hilarious.
Well, there's also there's a mixed breed called a Chug. A Chug is a cross between a Chihuahua and a pug. And you talk about cute.
What? I've never heard of that. Oh my gosh.
One of my friends has one as a service dog.
A Chug?
Yes, sir. But she has pugs and other small animals like that. They have a scrunched face, have a lot of medical issues.
Is that right? Yeah.
A lot of medical issues.
Breathing, there's some breathing involved, and yeah.
Yeah, and their joints, bad. But they're cute.
They are cute. Very cute.
Okay, I totally did Google it. I'm looking at them. Oh my gosh.
They're adorable.
Yeah. Some of them are kind of creepy though. Like they've got that poke and then the nose comes out, so it kind of looks funny. Like,
Yeah, they're cute dogs though. All right, Chef. Let's call it. What do you think?
All right, cool. Yeah, let's keep it working tomorrow, and maybe we'll start seeing some of the cover letters come in tomorrow. Today was a little bit earlier, but you work on it, and we'll see them tomorrow as they come in, and we'll give you some feedback.
But first, we're going to meet at the Zoom that you put up, right? So let's make sure everybody has that.
That's right.
Right. So I don't think it's going to take an hour and a half, maybe a good half hour, 45 minutes, maybe.
Just about.
Okay. So please, everybody, here's your Zoom address tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Get there a little early as possible. You know, see who's there. Just let them know you're with our class, right? Felix and Chef Miguel, and we're here to, you know, hear Chef Dady, D-A-D-Y. All right. So let's do that. We'll see y'all there tomorrow. And then after that, we'll resume in our class here. Okay, and I'll open it up soon after. All right, guys, have a great little break, and we'll see y'all tomorrow at the meeting.